We're going to do some exercises now that are going to help with your range, because the pieces that we're singing in this section require quite a broad range. Now, I'm sure you've all seen shows like The X Factor in the UK, American Idol, and when people audition, they warm up by doing a whole lot of mad exercises like arpeggios. They pointless. You would not prepare to run a marathon by running a marathon. In order to warm up any muscle and to make it more flexible, you just need to stretch it gently. And how we do this with the voice is using the following exercise, which is called the siren. So first of all, I want you to say for me, sing. So just say that after me, sing. Now take the S off the start and say, ing. Now make that a kind of humming noise, ing. And if it's in the right place, when you hold your nose, the sound should disappear. So, ing, ing. Okay, so now just take your voice through its full range of movement. Just through it. Don't push it too hard at the top or at the bottom. Just let it go through a comfortable range of movement. And let's do that again, almost in a figure of 8. So you can see why it's called the siren. Now, any note that you can hum through your nose like that, you can sing. So if I can go, and actually make that note. Might not sound too good, but it is possible to do. So if I've got a student and they're having a little bit of fear around the break of the passaggio, around E and F, or they tell me they can't hit a G or an A, but I know when they siren that I've heard them sing coloratura notes, then I know that that's something psychological rather than physical. This is a terribly important exercise, not just for your range, but it kind of lets you know how healthy your voice is at any given point. If you had a cough or a cold or some kind of lurgy coming on, there might be little breaks and cracks in your voice where a spot of phlegm is developing. You can tell through this exercise if your voice sounds a little bit raspy, that maybe you're dehydrated. And you can also tell from this exercise if you've lost range, which can be a sign of all kinds of things. Acid reflux is something that can cause that to happen, but that's something we'll talk about in the vocal health section. So really fundamental exercise. I've had some students who've added an octave to their range in just over a month through doing that every day, not making any promises, but if you do it 2 or 3 times a day, well, any muscle that you stretch regularly is going to become more flexible. Now let's look at one other exercise. If you don't happen to have a keyboard or a piano, you can easily download a keyboard app onto your phone, because it is going to be necessary to find notes to do this. So it's starting in middle C. I want to hear it staccato little 5-note scale. And let's just do that to the twang. So let's go nya 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 nya. Okay, and then we'll go up nya 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 nya. And once more nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya, etc. Now you notice when we hit the high note, nya nya nya, we come back down again. So we're not leaving our voice at its very highest point when we come to the end of doing this exercise, which is not the best for it. So your voice is like a bit of elastic. You can't, in your pajamas, you can't say, I'm only going to stretch one part of it today. So you can't, for example, just work between here and here on every given day. If you're going to stretch it, you must stretch it all. So if you're going to take it up, you must also take it down. Now this is where there has to be a note of caution. We all have this knowledge that if you're singing along with something in the car and it's slightly too high and you happen to push your voice for a note that's slightly too high, you might hurt it, but actually you can injure your voice worse through pushing it too low. So when your voice starts to get a little bit raspy, when the sound becomes not as clear. At that point, you really want to stop. We can go up in quite big jumps. A fifth, we're going to come down in tones and semitones in little steps. So we're going to sing, 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 sing. And you notice again, we're not leaving the voice on the lowest note, we're coming back up again. So I want you to do that within a range that is comfortable. Don't take your voice anywhere that is uncomfortable. Now, you're not going to dramatically increase your range in only a couple of days, and you're not going to increase your range unless you're quite dedicated to actually doing the exercises. But if you play this video repeatedly, if you do these exercises every day, you will notice a difference in your voice.
Go look.
Yeah, just siren or something. Just on one
Now, baby, come on. Don't claim that love you never let me feel. I should have known, 'cause you brought nothing real.